Once you've done those two things, all you have to do now is create a routine based on the equipment you have to hand. The chances are, if you typically used to go to the gym, you cannot do the exact same workout in your house, purely because you're not going to have enough weights to make it actually challenging. What is good, people? Today's video, what we're going to talk about is how to actually motivate yourself to train at home, because it's a little bit harder than a lot of people think. They just feel like it's a different building, I can just train at home. When to be honest, it's more than simply just changing a building. There's a big mentality shift that you have to kind of have. Me personally, I have failed many times at trying to train at home, which is why I like going to the gym. Then there's also the fact that if you are someone that typically works at the gym, having to adjust reps and sets you're probably doing to try and have an intense workout while at home, because obviously in the gym you have a lot more equipment and weights you can use to try and force progressive overload, where at home you may not have that. So it's that fine period of actually getting the right sort of routine that will still be challenging for you while you're at home. Anyways, here's my advice for what you can actually do to try and get yourself into that motivation mode. Ultimately, it's going to have to come from within, but I'm going to give you some sort of tips that may help you kind of nudge in the right direction. Number one is limit distractions. A lot of people that train at home, me included, used to always get distracted, especially when I used to live with my family. So what you've got to do is limit distractions. So if there's someone else you live with, let them know, like, yo, I'm going to be training for the next hour. Please don't come in there and distract me. There's also the fact of TV, Instagram, all that stuff, put in a different room. You know what I mean? When you're at the gym, I know people do still scroll, but it's different. You're in the environment. Whereas when you're in home, you have to try as much as you can, get yourself out of that comfortable, lazy mode. So you need to really limit all distractions. That's number one. Number two is set a set period of time you're going to train. So whether that's 40 minutes or an hour, whatever it is, set that time aside and make sure you utilize it. Don't, for example, if you say it's going to be a 45-minute session, don't do 20, don't do 30. Try and stick to your 45 minutes. Try and make sure you have a good full workout rather than trying to skimp out. If you want to try and retain or even potentially make gains, it's going to be a lot more difficult. You need more equipment if you're a consistent weight goer. And if you're someone watching that's not even like a super gym goer, but you just want to be active and this is like your first kind of video watching fitness, then it doesn't have to be an hour workout. You can literally set a time, whether it's 15, 20, 30, whatever it is. You can do a Joe Wicks workout if you feel like it. Just whatever it is, just make sure you actually do the workout. Then as you progress, you can try and add more time. So say if you started off doing a 20-minute workout, maybe tomorrow or the next week you do 5 minutes more, then 10 minutes more, by just adding in extra exercise that you could potentially do. And the main thing is that if you're someone that really just cannot focus while at home, maybe starting off with a short workout and building up, maybe the best way to go for you in particular. Once you've done those two things, all you have to do now is create a routine based on the equipment you have to hand. The chances are, if you typically used to go to the gym, you cannot do the exact same workout in your house, purely because you're not going to have enough weights to make it actually challenging for yourself. Like me personally, I have a nice little setup in there, but there's no way I have as much weights or machinery or equipment as I did in the gym. So you have to kind of change your routine accordingly. Typically, on a normal gym week, I would do push-pull legs routine. At home, I haven't got enough equipment really to have a successful push-pull legs routine, so I'm personally doing upper body, lower body routine. At least then I can still get a fairly good workout doing more muscle groups rather than me trying to do a shorter workout. It's not as effective. So that would personally be my advice in my instance. For you, you may have even less equipment than me, so you need to make it challenging. I mean, it may take you potentially a week or maybe even 2 weeks, who knows, to get the right periods. Because if, for example, say if you normally would do 30 to 40 kg dumbbells, you may do it for 10 reps. But at your house now, you only have dumbbells of 15 kg. Obviously, you're going to need to do more than 10 reps, but you're not going to know off the bat what rep ranges you're going to do to make it challenging for you. So for the first week, you may need to just feel it out. Go, okay, maybe I'll do 3 sets of 15 or 3 sets of 20. You need to figure out what makes a challenging workout for you for the whole routine, not just the one exercise. You don't want to go balls to the wall in the first exercise and then for the rest of your routine it's piss poor because you've done too much. You need to find that right balance, and that personally for me usually takes around 7 to 10 days to get that nice split when it comes to changing the weights and potentially the rest periods, just because it's going to be a different number. You know what I mean? If you're really good, if you're used to doing bench pressing heavyweight, push-ups are going to be piss easy for you, so there's no point saying 3 sets of 10. It's going to be too easy. You might need to go to like failure because it's more challenging. So that is something to factor in as well. So at this point, you should be at least somewhat on the right path to being able to work out at home and maybe do an effective session. Next up, if you're someone that thoroughly getting bored with your home workout routine, this is the time during this period to be a bit more experimental and do things a bit more fun. Try and do more dynamic stuff. Like if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me do hill sprints in my car park. I've never really done that before, and that was quite fun, so I'm going to be doing that more often. In terms of the bodyweight stuff, I started doing more moving kind of hip-based things. It was a bit different, it's a lot less boring. But if you're not willing to do like the more dynamic things, what you can do is from your current routine you've just made, pick one of the exercises and make a challenge for it. So in the example of doing push-ups, what I would do is max out on push-ups, count how many that is. So say for you if that's 30 or 40, what you have to do now is by next week, try and beat that number. So then that sets you a little bit more fun. So each day you're gonna try and max out on push-ups and try and get past the 40. And then when you have, what you're gonna do the next week is try and up it by like 2 reps or something along those lines. And then once you've done that to the best of your ability with push-ups, then move on to something else. It may be bodyweight squats or goblet squats or dumbbell rows, whatever the exercise is. Try and make mini challenges for yourself to actually make it more entertaining. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, training at home is not as fun or enjoyable as training in the gym for me personally. If you're someone that's got like a massive rig at your house and you always train at home, it's different. But for the typical person that, you know, used to train in the gym and that's their main kind of thing, working at home it's a lot different. You know what I mean? There's different environmental factors. You may not have the best equipment at home, and it's just the fact that a lot of people, to actually make progress, need to leave their house. Because I can tell you now, my personal experience with trying to work at home, many times, like when I was younger, I'd always be like trying to watch TV in my rest periods and just doing stupidness. And a workout like once was like 45 minutes. I started dropping it down to like 30, 25, and to the point it just became just crap. Which is why I said to you guys earlier, this can happen, because it happens to me and I'm someone that likes fitness. Anyways people, I hope it helped you, some sort of tips to help you with your own journey. Comment down below any other tips or advice you personally have for someone else, and hopefully we can get the comment section like a little community, and then whoever has different advice to each other, feel free to reply to other questions that I may not have got to yet. Anyways people, peace out, stay getting gains, and I will see you in the next one in a couple days. Deuces.